Okay, good morning, student. Due to the some connectivity problem, it is connect means we are facing the disconnection problem. Okay, so next chapter is ratio and proportion. So first we will discuss about the ratio. The ratio is the comparison between the two quantities. Ratio is the comparison between two quantities. For example, a person A whose monthly saving is 2000 rupees. Okay, and the second person B, his monthly saving is 3000 rupees. His monthly saving is 3000 rupees. And just I ask to you, what is the ratio between their monthly saving? What is the ratio between their monthly saving? The ratio means it is the form of the fraction, means it is the comparison between the two quantities. So A is 2000 and ratio B is 3000. So then it is equal to 2000 upon 3000. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is cancel out. So 2 upon 3. Yeah, we can say that A ratio B is equal to 2 ratio 3. So this is the 2 ratio 3. So it means we can write this is the form of the fraction 2 upon 3. Yeah, in the form of 2 ratio 3. So simple definition of the ratio is the comparison between the two quantities. Okay, in the we can write this in the form of the fraction. Yeah, in this way we can write this the form of the ratio. So this is the concept of the ratio, and you know about the ratio in means you are completely familiar with ratio in 6th class, 7th class, 8th class as well as in 9th class. Okay, and in this chapter most of the question we will deal related to the proportion. Okay, so now I am just explaining the some basic property and some basic example of the ratio. So first is the ratio is the comparison between the two quantity. Next one is the compound ratio. Okay, compounded ratio. Okay, compound ratio. So compound ratio means when you have given two ratio A upon B and second is C upon D, and the question is find the compound ratio. Find the compound ratio means compound means we have to mix the both number ratio A and B and C and D to combine to each other. So this combined in the form of the compound ratio we can write A upon B multiply C upon D, means numerator multiply with numerator, denominator multiply with denominator. So AC upon BD. It is the compounded form of the A upon B and C upon D. Next, if A upon B, C upon D, and next E upon F. And the question is write the compound ratio. You find the compound ratio. Compound means to mix to each other, means we have to write the single ratio. We have given 1, 2, 3 ratio are given, and just in the form, if you want to write in the compound ratio, so that time we have to make it a single ratio. So this thing we can write A multiply by C multiply by E, and upon B multiply by D multiply by F. So answer is A C E upon B D F. So this is the form of the compound ratio. Next type of the compound ratio. Next one is the types of the ratio. Types of the ratio. So what are the type of the ratio? So first one is duplicate ratio. Duplicate ratio. Duplicate ratio. Second one is triplicate ratio. Next, third one is subduplicate ratio, and last one is subtriplicate ratio. Okay, so these are the examples are given in our syllabus. Duplicate ratio. Duplicate ratio means if the A and B, A ratio, B is the ratio, A ratio, B is the ratio, and the question is duplicate ratio. So the duplicate ratio of A ratio B is A square ratio B square. Okay, A square B square. If the example is 2 ratio 3 and the question is find the duplicate ratio of 2 or 3. So the duplicate ratio of 2 or 3 is 2 square ratio 3 square. Then answer will be 4 ratio 3. So in the case of the duplicate, we have to just square of the numbers A and B. Next, triplet. So in the case of the tri, it is coming a tri. The tri is cube. Okay. So A and B is the ratio, A and B is the ratio, and A and B is ratio, and triplet ratio of A ratio B is A cube ratio B cube. Example 2 ratio 3. Question, find its triplet ratio. So 2 cube ratio 3 cube. So then answer should be 3 to 8 ratio 3 3 9 3 27. Next, subduplicate. So it is coming here sub and duplicate. Duplicate, we know about duplicate A square B square. But in the case of the subduplicate, so subduplicate, if the ratio is A ratio B and find its subduplicate ratio. So subduplicate ratio is A root A up ratio root B. So it is the subduplicate ratio of A ratio B. Now if the question is 4 ratio 16, 4 ratio 16, and our question is find its subduplicate ratio. The subduplicate is root 4 ratio root 16. The answer will be 2 ratio 4. Root of 2 4, 2 and 16 is 4. Next, subduplicate, you know that triplet ratio is cube. So then here cube root. Okay, triplet cube. So then here we will find the cube root. So A ratio B, and question find its subtriplet. Subtriplet is cube root of A ratio cube root of B. So this is the types of the duplicate, triplet, subduplicate and subtriplet. Example I am taking here. This is 8 ratio 27 and question is find its subtriplet. So subtriplet means cube root of 8 ratio cube root of 27. Cube root of 27. So answer will be, what is our answer? 2 ratio 3. 2 2 ja 4 2 ja 8, 3 3 ja 9 3 ja 27. So these are the basic concept based on the ratio. So please remember this thing. Then after that the topic is proportion. After that the topic is proportion. And as you know that about the proportion, you already familiar about the proportion in your previous classes. So just I am starting from the basic of the proportion. The next topic is proportion. Okay, so when you have given the ratio A ratio B and second is C ratio D, C ratio D. So example I am taking, if 2 upon 3 and second ratio is 4 upon 6. So it is the smallest form 2 upon 3, 4 upon 6, 2 2 ja 4, 2 3 ja 6, 2 3 ja 6. This is also smallest form and both ratios are equal to each other. These two are equal to each other, so we can write here the sign of equal to. So in this case, when the two ratio are equal to each other, so that time we can say that the ratio are in the form of the proportion. Okay, and in the case of the proportional, example, if A and B and C and D are the two ratio, A ratio B and second is C ratio D, and if they are in the form of the proportion, so that time we can say that A upon B is equal to C upon D. It means the value of A upon B and the value of C upon D are equal. So just A ratio B, this can be right A ratio B and C ratio D and equal to each other. So we can put the sign of the proportion. The sign of the ratio is double dot and the sign of the proportion is 4 dot. So it means the value of the both ratio are equal to each other. For example, if we have given A is equal to X, ratio B is equal to 2, proportional C is equal to 3 and D is equal to 4. Question is find the value of X. So we can write X upon 2 proportional. So this thing we can write 2 equal to then 3 upon 4. So X is equal to remove this 2 from here because X is the variable. So we need the value of the X. So 3 upon 4 multiply by 2. So then 2 1 ja 2, 2 2 ja 4. The X is equal to just 3 by 2. So this is the value of the x. So this is the basic concept of the proportional. So proportional is the means when the two ratio are equal to each other, so then that time we can say that there is the condition of proportional. Okay, next the types of the proportional. What we will which type of the question are given in our syllabus. So before going the exercise, the another concept are given in our syllabus. That is the first one is continued proportional. Okay, so continued proportional, continued proportional, continued proportional. Just I am writing here the form of the proportional is A ratio B, A ratio B, then proportional C ratio D. Yeah, this thing we can write A upon B is equal to C upon D. Okay, अच्छा एक चीज और देखो सर, देखो this is the, it is the first number and it is your last number. A is the first number and D is the last number. So these first and last two number means first and last number A and D is known as extreme terms. Extreme terms. Okay, first and last is known as extreme term, and the middle numbers B and C is known as mean terms. Okay, mean term या middle term. Okay, mean terms या middle term. So what can we do here, sir? If you want to do the cross multiply here, so A multiply by D, A multiply by D is equal to B multiply by C, B multiply by C. So tell me A and D. A and D is known as extreme term. Extreme means it is coming outside. That is the extreme term. A mean term is those are coming middle of the, they are coming between the given terms. It is known as mean terms. So then extreme terms. So A and D are the extreme terms. So this is A and this is your D. So both are extreme terms. Okay, extreme term. Next B and C, both are the mean term. The mean term. It means we can say that if the numbers are in, if the two ratio are in the form of the proportional, when the two ratio are in the form of the proportional, so that time we can get one condition, and the condition is product of the extreme term. Product of extreme term. This is the extreme term. The product of extreme term is equal to product of its mean term. So please remember this thing on your mind when you are solving the question answer. The product of extreme term is equal to product of the mean term in the case of the proportional. Okay, where A and B, C, D, A upon B is equal to C upon D. Yeah, A ratio B proportional, C ratio D. So where A is known as, this is known as first term, B is known as second term, C is known as third term, and D is known as fourth term. Similarly, you started from left hand side. So this is your first term, this is your second term, next third term, and next one is fourth term. So in the case of the proportional, we have given the 4 digit, and these 4 digit is arranged one term, second term, third term, fourth term. Okay, यहाँ पे देखो product of the extreme. तो product of extreme it is your first term, and D is fourth term. The product of first term and fourth term is equal to product of its second term and third term. So this is the basic concept of the proportional. So the continued proportional is next type of the proportional is based on the same concept, but it is the something different are given. So for example, if A ratio B and proportional C ratio D, you know that it is the form of the proportional. It is the form of a proportion. But one thing, if the ratio is proportional is given A ratio B proportional, B ratio C. So what is the difference between these two proportional? Here all the digits are different. But in the case of the second type of the proportional, the mean terms are the same. Mean terms are coming same number. It is your mean term. This second and third are the mean term, and mean terms are same. So what will be the we can write in this form. So then if you want to write this thing in that form, so A upon B is equal to B upon C. So it means what is the continued proportional? So in the case of the continued proportional, when the middle terms are same terms, that is known as continued proportional. Example, 2 ratio 3 proportional, 3 ratio 4. Okay, so this form of the proportion, it is the form of the proportional. Normally this is the form of the proportional, but which type of the proportional? So middle terms, mean terms are equal, so this form of the proportional is known as continued proportional. Okay, so remember this thing on your mind, when the middle terms are equal to each other, so that form is known as continued proportional. Okay, example, one more example I am taking here. If x ratio 2 ratio 3 and the question is find the value of x, so it is the form of the continued, so just we can solve the question by the same method of the proportional. So x upon 2 is equal to 2 upon 3. So what will be the value of the x? Remove this 2 from left hand side, so x is equal to 2 into 2, 4 by 3. So this is the value of the x. Okay, so now a upon b is equal to b upon c. तो अभी पिछले वाले केस में देखो, in the case of the proportional a upon b is equal to c upon d, it is known as first term, second term, third term, fourth term. Now here it is first term, second term. Now according to the proportional it may be third term, but in the case of the continued it will remain same. We can take this is the second term because the digits are coming the same, because digits are same, so we will take this is the second term. Okay, इसको क्या लेंगे हम लोग, first and same digit we will take the same terms, so second and this is also second, and then c is known as third term. Okay, so in the case of the continued proportional how many terms are given? So in the case of the proportional we have given only 3 terms because second and third are repeated here. Okay, so मैं आपको बोलूं if 2 is the first term, next x is the second term and second term and 3 is your third term, and the proportional is the form of the continued proportional, and the given things in the form of the continued proportional. Now how can you write this in the continued proportional? So we can write the first term is 2, then ratio, second term is x, so x, then sign of the proportional, and it is in the form of the continued. You know that second and third are repeated, so again we will put here x because third term is same digit, third and second are the same, so we can suppose here second and third are same, so we will take a second terms. Okay, so second, and then what is the last is your third. So what is your answer? So x 2 upon x is equal to x upon 3, so then cross multiply, so then x square is equal to 6, so x is equal to root 6 या plus minus root 6. So this is the form of the continued proportional. One more example. Write the answer in the comment section. Okay, what will be the solution of this question? Write in the comment section. If 2, 3 and x are in the form of the continued proportional, if 2, 3 and x are in the form of continued proportional, so what will be the value of the x? What is the value of the x? So solve it. देखो, it is first term, this is your second term. Numbers are given in the first term, second term, third term. So this is first, second and third. Only 3 numbers are given. And as you know that how can we write this all the 3 numbers in the form of the continued? So I am waiting your answer. Write in the comment section what will be the value of x. Okay, I am checking your comments. Please write your answer in the comment section. Samarth 9 by 2. देखो, so how can we write this thing in the continued proportional? So this is your first term, it will be the second, and the next number is coming x. Only 3 are given. So you know that in the continued proportional only 3 digits, but 1 digit is repeated. Which will be the repeated? This second term, ये आपके 2 टाइम आएगा, on the second place, on the third place. Okay, so 2 ratio 3, then sign of the proportional. Then again 3 because the second place 3 is coming, so second place 3 is coming, so it will come on the third place. So again 3 and ratio, what is the last? X. So arrange in the form of the ratio, so 2 upon 3 is equal to 3 upon x. So then find the value of x, cross multiply, so 2x is equal to 3 3 9, so x is equal to 9 by x is equal to 9/2. Okay, so Samal Tukreti, your answer is correct. Kanish Karoda, your answer also correct. Okay, good, very good. Next, so this is the concept of continued proportional. तो continued proportional का ये concept है, but इसमें भी एक आध rule है, उनको भी देख लेते हैं. What are the rules are given? So that is, and this is also very simple chapter, very simple one. So A ratio B proportional, B ratio C. It is the form of continued proportional, and when you have given the continued proportional, so A and C, similarly it is known as extreme terms, it is known as extreme term, and B and B repeated number, it is known as mean terms. This is known as mean terms. So we can write this thing, A upon B is equal to B upon C. तो on doing the cross multiplication, तो cross multiplication जब हम लोग को करेंगे तो कितना हो जाएगा, A into C, B into B. तो B into B means B square, and B square is equal to AC. B square is equal to AC. So what will be the value of B? B is equal to root AC. Okay, so when you have given any number in the form of the continued proportional, so that time we can use this formula directly. क्या formula है? अगर आपके पास है 2x and 3 are in the form of the continued proportional, if 2x and 3 are in the form of the continued proportional, the question is find the value of x, and you know that b is the mean term. What is the mean term here? X. So x is equal to, we can write directly 3 into product of, देखो ये क्या है, it is the, इसको अगर हम explain करें this thing, तो it is the square of mean term, square of mean term, square of mean term is equal to product of extreme term. A and C are the extreme term, so product of extreme terms. Okay, so x is equal to 3 into 2, product of extreme term, 3 into 2, so x is equal to root 6. So this is the solution and the concept of continued proportional. Okay, so hope you understand about the continued proportional, and the questions are given directly in our book. If these things are the continued proportional, it is the, I am explaining here the simple example, but in the exercise there is the father of these questions are given. Okay, so next question I am taking from your book, and the question is taken from your book. Exercise 6a. Exercise 6a. This is a very simple one. Question number first. Find the value of x in each cases. So this is a very simple one question, sir. You can solve it at your home. I am taking 12 ratio x proportional 4 ratio 15. So this 12 upon x is equal to 4/15. So what will be the value of x? So x is equal to cross multiply. So 12 multiplied by 15 is equal to 4 multiplied by x. So 12 multiplied by 15 divided by 4 is equal to x. So 4 3 ja 12. So x is equal to 15 3 ja 45. It is the answer. Next, question number second. Question number second. So 25, 15 and 40. 25, 15 and 40. And the question is find the fourth proportional. This is your first, second, third, and the question is fourth proportional. So suppose let the fourth proportional is, यहाँ पे लिख देना let the fourth proportional is x. तो arrange the equation in the form of the proportional. So 25 upon 15. This is 20. Yeah, we can write 25 ratio 15. Then proportional 40 ratio x. On solving, we can calculate the value of x, means we can find our fourth proportional. Okay, so all are the same question. एक मैं ले रहा हूँ third part. It is in the form of the algebra. A square minus 5a plus 6. A square minus 5a plus 6. Next, a square plus a minus 6 and a square minus 9. And question is find its fourth proportional. So let the fourth proportional is x. Let the fourth proportional is x. So write in the form of the ratio first term, second term, and last term will be x. So a square minus 5a plus 6 upon first upon second. So a square plus 5a minus 6, and then is equal to, because it is the ratio, a square plus 9. It is a very simple one. क्या करेंगे सर अगर सॉल्व करना है? तो write the factor of a square minus 5a plus 6, because we cannot cut to each other. If you want to do the cross multiplication, difficult question, so write in the comment section what will be the factor of, means in the form of a plus 2, ये ऐसे इस फॉर्म में लिखते हैं ना जैसे आंसर, उस फॉर्म में बताओ जरा कमेंट सेक्शन में what will be the solution. जैसे इसको लिख सकते हैं a square minus a plus 3 and a minus 3 because it is a square minus 3 square. So a plus b, a minus b upon x. So similarly, what will be the numerator and denominator in the form of the factor? I am just waiting for response. Write in the comment section. Samad Kukreti 45, very good. But now question is changed. Write the factors of a square minus 5a plus 6 in the comment. Similarly, write the factor of a square plus a minus 6 in the comment section. Just write your answer in the comment section. Okay, good. A minus 3 and a minus 2. Next, denominator. Okay, just I am solving here. Solve the numerator and denominator in the rough part. So a square minus 5a plus 6. So then it will be 6 1 is 6. So then a square minus 3a minus 2. Answer should be a minus 3 minus 2 common a minus 3. So first is a minus 3 and second is a minus 2. So numerator will be a minus 3 and a minus 2. And denominator it is a square plus a minus 6. What are the factors? A square plus 3a and minus 2a and minus 6. So 3 2 is 6, 3 minus 2 minus 1a. So a common, so a plus 3 minus 2 is common, so a plus 3. So a minus 2 and a plus 3. So a minus 2 and a plus 3. So on solving everything we can get our answer. So a minus 2 cancel out. Next remove the left hand side. So then it will be क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई. इसको x को ऊपर लेके आ जाओ. तो x इज इक्वल टू यहाँ पे बचा a माइनस 3 और a प्लस 3. इसको डिवाइड में लेके जाओ. तो a माइनस दिस इज a प्लस 3 a minus 3 and upon it is the numerator, then a minus 3 in the denominator. This is denominator here, so come on the numerator. So a plus 3, so is equal to x. A minus 3 cancel, so x is equal to, finally our answer x is equal to a plus 3 whole square. So this is the solution of this question, a plus 3 whole square. Okay, a plus 3 and a plus 2. Good, very good. A plus 3 and a plus 2. Samar Putriti. A plus 3 and a plus 2. Continued proportional, and in the continued proportional you know that only 3 terms are given and the middle term is repeated terms. Okay, so let the third term is equal to x. So 16, then 36 and x. And as you know that in the continued proportional only 3 terms are given, first, second, third. And how can you write in the this numbers in the form of the proportional? So this thing we can write 16 ratio 36